Western civilization is now at a crossroad, and there's nothing more obvious than comparing what's happening in United States versus in the United Kingdoms, the United peoples of the two places, which is not very united. They are very disunited right now, and you can see this is the coverage by the OAN of the reflecting pool in Washington D.C. They're currently filling up the reflecting pool with water, and I think for people who don't care about United States, don't care about America, this is like no big deal, right? It feels like it's a nothing burger. However, infrastructure is very representative of the health of the country, and we have already known that United States has been in this long-term decline of sort, right? We see cities crumbling down, railways are like decade old, the underground trains in the major cities is dirty and smelly and full of weird stuff, and this is why the Trump administration is spending all this money to do this. I'm quite sure a lot of you guys are very pro China, right? And you marvel at this beautiful skyline and beautiful LED, right? LED is everything. Anything you put LED makes it looks 10 times better. I should put some LED behind me, So anyway, yeah. So why that? It's because it projects the image of the country. So this is one thing. However, for those that but then on the flip side, we have the tragedy of Henry Noak. So there was this arrest by the police of this white guy who was stabbed by a Sikh person, Sikh as in not Sikh SICK, but as in his religion SIKH, and who uses his religion as an excuse to carry a weapon that was then used to stab this guy, and then continues to, while this thing was going on, he was pretending that as if he was the victim, despite that he didn't mention to the police that he actually stabbed the victim, which is Henry Noak, and he died under police custody. The police also did not believe Henry when he said that he is stabbed, and this is now a clear divide. Of course, UK have a lot of crazy things happening with this policing, but we have the Vice President of the United States putting out a very long statement, like basically a primary school essay about Henry Noak on how this is how civilization dies, where people get handcuffed by authority who actually don't really care about these people and accused of crimes they did not commit, and this is a very important statement. Like, of course, some people again may dismiss this as it's just another Twitter post, right? But this is the vice president of a country and the most powerful country in the world, and he is criticizing the collapse of the West via what's happening in United Kingdom. And as you can see, this is basically his main story as well. He's talking about that the West need to be preserved. They need to protect the civilization, the country, and the children, and no one should be dying like this. And he also reflected that Trump administration is the only one that seems to be doing something in the Western world, at least in a grand scale, to try to protect his own civilization. What people don't seem to get it is that a lot of people who are anti-West, right? Even though you are living in the West, a lot of you guys are living in the West and be anti-West, which is kind of weird. But it's important to note that a Western decline will bring the Western world back to barbarianism or some kind of a third worldism. And that is actually a horrible situation. You may think that it served them right, but do you know what happened when the West behave like crazy people? World War happens. Major tragedy happens, and they start killing people all over the place. Maybe you think that the collapse will not spread overseas. What do you know? They will first kill people in themselves first, in their own country first. Then who will take power? Imagine the kind of people that will be taking power, and what would they do with power? It will become not the West that you know today. It will become more like Africa, more like Middle East, where war and tragedy is a norm. And the worst part is that the West have the military capability or know-how to bring this tragedy overseas, like what United States have done to many countries over the past 20, 30, or maybe more years. Yes, the West is not angels. No, they are not like perfect people. United States, like I said, has attacked and killed a lot of people over the decades, over the past 100 years, as they want to enforce their hegemony over the world. But in a world without this constraint, that they put on themselves as the West, they want to be just and righteous, even though they still do injustice things. It's going to get worse. It's going to be we're going to go back to 100, 200, 300 years ago in the age of colonialism. You're going to see the British Empire style of warfare, of subjugation of other countries. You're going to see, the Spanish Empire's way of wiping out entire civilizations. You're going to see war being brought abroad. You may think it's not going to happen. It could happen. So never hope for negative things to happen, because you do not know what will happen after things get worse. it will often be beyond what you think. And like I said, people may not think that this is a big deal, right? But let me show you in 2012, after Obama spent $34 million on refurbishing of this reflecting pool. Let's see what happened.
There's plenty to take pictures of in downtown Washington, D.C. The Lincoln Memorial, the World War II Memorial, and then there's this. Folks snapping photos of the reflecting pool.
It's really sludgy up this end.
And what's in it?
It's disgusting. It's not right.
Algae.
It smells like wet dog down here, When my dog came home from a stream, he always smelled like this, so it's gross.
The Lincoln Memorial reflecting pool reopened at the end of August to great fan.
Yeah, you can see how disgusting this is. And this is a reflection of the United States. This was the reflection of the United States. And this is another video, also 2012.
Being just cleaned and opened up a month ago. Looks like nothing was done. It's real nasty.
The pool was closed for almost 2 years and underwent a $34 million renovation project.
It'd be nice if it was clearer water so that one could reflect without seeing the algae.
The first thought was...
Being just cleaned.
That's so sad, right? That's so sad, right? Like, they spent $34 million, and after they fill up with water, just 1 month, the algae just bloomed. And of course, who knows, the Trump one will have algae bloom in 1 month's time as well. Who knows, right? It's always a possibility. It's only just getting filled up. But it's a reflection of the state of the country. And what happened in 2012 was the country was in deep recession. It was it's a post-subprime crisis. A lot of people don't have work. They don't have enough income. Geopolitically, Obama is messing up the geopolitics for United States. United States was also still in war in Afghanistan, in Iraq, and it was stirring shit in Syria. So and internally massive corruption. Yeah. So this algae, this is a good parable of what United States was. And we all see the result, right? A lot of you guys are anti-West. You should know better about how terrible United States has become. And this is why this is such a big thing.
The president's beautification efforts here in our nation's capital. We do know that the White House has said that the president has repaired 22 fountains, 28 statues, removed 250 truckloads of debris from ponds around the city, fixed and installed more than 1,100 benches, and cleaned 45 iconic monuments and memorials around the city. And the water is coming into this pool just in time for the Great American State Fair. And this is obviously going to be a big deal. It's going to be about 2 weeks or so. There's going to be pavilions representing all 50 states and a couple of territories here. And we know, according to last hour and the president plans to host an America is Back rally in a couple of weeks here as part of the America 250 celebration. And then
and also the World Cup. Don't forget the World Cup. So a lot of tourists will be going to the United States. And yeah, a great power should have great infrastructure. This is also why Hitler is in World War II, Nazi Germany. Before World War II happened, he was so obsessed in creating the image for Nazi Germany. Building massive infrastructure, new buildings, massive stadiums, the Autobahn. Why? Because it's usually the hallmark of a great country, and which is why that need to be done. Of course, then he made strategically bad decisions to go to war. And yeah, go to war is not the problem. Going to war without limits was the problem, for Nazi Germany. And they try to bite too much than they can chew. And that just collapsed its entire grand strategy of it's a great revival of this German people. But you can see this is important, all these things. If you come to Singapore, yeah, you'll probably also see very similar things where the infrastructures, especially this kind of monuments, are all very well maintained because they are monuments. They're supposed to be maintained, And Russia did the same thing. Russia, every year before Victory Day, they will all go and clean up the World War II monuments, the heroes' monuments, and the graves and of these past soldiers and whatnot, the heroes of Russia. Yeah, same thing. The monuments are important. It's a sign of the health of the country, and this is a very funny video that I've seen. So I thought you guys might be interested. So let's hear.
I thought it was a stupid idea.
Oh, this is a bit soft. Let me adjust the volume.
But y'all,
so
I thought it was a stupid idea to paint the reflecting pool. But y'all, it looks good. It actually looks really good. Like, it makes the reflection look extraordinarily prominent in a way that it did not look before. And I hate that.
And she hate that. So, and the water have only just filled. This is not even at the full height of the water yet. The reflection is already super clear. And she's also wrong technically. It's not a repainting job. It's more than a repainting job. They actually redid the entire ground, and they lay a totally different material that would actually reflect. So the surface is meant to be this dark blue color because it will make the reflection more clearer. It's not going to be done like a swimming pool where it's light blue because you need to see the bottom of the pool. When it's dark color, you actually cannot see the bottom of the pool. The reflection will be much greater. This is not a painting job. This is way more than a painting job. It's cleaning, it's rebuilding the infrastructure underneath a bit, and resurfacing. So yeah, but this is I just have to say, this is just a clear sign, of the divergence. United States have decided to stop declining. At least under the Trump administration, they decided that it's time to stop before it's too late and you cannot rescue the country anymore. They did a lot of very difficult things, and this is just a example, a parable of what United States currently is doing, and they diverge away from the rest of the West, which is going down this woke path, where it's destroying themselves. So, yeah, it's just a video on this. Hopefully this is interesting to you. Maybe it's not. Most likely this video will do very badly, as usual, because YouTube will not push videos. Once the initial subscribers do not want to watch, then the video usually dies. So most of our subscribers is into Ukraine war, so the video will die a natural death as usual. But I think some of you guys, especially the Americans, in the DPA community, probably you might be more interested, or people who are living in the West and care about the Western civilization or care about this cultural war. I think this will be interesting to you guys. I'm not part of the West per se. I'm Singapore. Singapore is like maybe half Westy, but we basically benefited from the foundations that was built by the British. And we have always looked up to United States. We looked up to Europe. We looked up to UK for most of our existence. We always looked up because that's where civilization is. At least first tier, first world civilization is deep history, culture and everything. And that's what Singapore for many years, for decades, have been aspiring to. And so it's a massive disappointment to see the decline of the West, because if you guys would decline, then and despite with all that history, all that culture, then what's left for us? Do we have to also now accept that a decline is inevitable, like what happened with Chinese empires, like my own heritage, right, of China. Chinese empires have gone through 2 or 3 golden ages, especially the Tang Dynasty, the Han Dynasty, the Ming Dynasty, and every time after that was a massive decline and massive wars, civil wars, famine, millions of people dying. If United States or the West, given all the technology, all the culture, all the power, cannot escape it, with modern knowledge, modern science, cannot escape a decline, what's the hope for the rest of the world? Simple as that. Anyway, sorry for the poor resolution. I was using the USB port that I needed for my big camera, so I'm using my old webcam. But yeah, now that I use the old webcam, suddenly I realized, oh my god, the resolution is horrible. I'm so used to the new one now. So anyway, that's it. Thank you for watching. Just a long chit-chat session with you guys. Thank you for watching. Press the like button. Post positive comments. If you disagree, don't tell me. Seriously, I don't want to know. Like, you don't have to tell me at all. Like, you can keep it to yourself, If you want to decline, or you don't believe that, we'll end up in a World War III if the West continue to go woke and go stupid. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to tell me. It's perfectly fine. I let me die in misery and in my own regret that I have so much copium and copiums. Just let me die. You don't have to tell me. I don't need the warning. So that's it. And happy birthday to you if your birthday today. And see you guys in the next update. Bye guys.